Guys. Um, we're doing the Aztec Interdisciplinary Software Material Notes. We're in mathematics section and doing unit conversions, and currently we're doing the metric system. We were doing examples. So once you memorize the prefixes of the metric system in relation to the basic units of meter, liter, and gram, depending if you're measuring distance, volume, or mass, or weight. Examples. So one example we're doing here is if you have 1,000 milliliters, in a liter, which is known, then 6.1 milliliters is how many liters. So since you're going from a smaller unit to larger unit, the number is gonna go from a larger number to a smaller number. So you move the decimal point 3 places. So 6.1 milliliters, 3 places to the left, making the number smaller, is going to give 0.0061 liters. Is 6.1 milliliters. The decimal, another example, if you have 8.3 kilometers and you're changing it to centimeters, so you know that there are 100 centimeters in a meter, and in a kilometer there are 1,000 meters. So there's these 5 zeros between kilometer and centimeter. So kilometer to centimeter is larger unit to smaller unit. So the number is gonna get larger. So go from a smaller number to a larger number. So 8.3 kilometers moved 5 places to the right is 830,000 centimeters, which is 830,000, coincidentally. Okay. Another example. So 4,500 or 4,500 milliliters changed to hectoliters. So you have 1,000 milliliters in a liter, so that's 3 zeros. You have 100 liters in a hectoliter. So that's another 2 zeros. So between milliliter and hectoliter is 5 zeros difference, or 5 decimal place values. So smaller to larger unit is going to change the number from smaller to larger is going to go larger to smaller number. So 4,500 milliliters, you move the decimal 5 places to the left, so you're going to get 0.045 hectoliters is 4,500 milliliters. Make sure also that you just have to be consistent and count the number of decimals, and if you write stuff down, it'll probably help you and make it easier. So relationships between units, they give us some examples. So like the traditional 1 mile is going to be in metric 1.609 kilometers. It's just a memorization fact. So about 1.6 kilometers is 1 mile, which means kilometers is shorter distance than a mile. So when you know the difference between different things, you can build a thing called the conversion ratio. A conversion ratio is basically the ratio of the one unit of measurement in the numerator to the other measurement in the denominator. So a relationship would be, for example, 1 mile equals 1.609. So 1 mile would be in the numerator, 1.609 in the denominator, and that would be your conversion ratio. So if you were doing a problem where you need to convert, well, depending on what unit you need to come up with in the answer, if you're converting to mile to kilometer or kilometer to mile, that's how you would know if you would put the 1 on top or the 1 on the bottom. Either way, it's the same ratio. So even if you put 1.609 kilometers over 1 mile, it's the same conversion ratio as long as you come up with the right units in your answer. So basically, you're going to either cancel out miles in the numerator and denominator, or you're going to cancel out kilometers in the numerator and denominator. And you're going to end up with whatever's left, either the mile or the kilometers, depending on what the question is asking for. If you're going to solve for one or the other, and that's how you know whether to put the 1 on top or the 1 on the bottom. Okay. For example, another example is 2.54 centimeters is 1 inch. So that's another thing. And the stuff that the conversions between the traditional and metric system, they don't expect you to remember that stuff. You just have to, they will give you that in problems. So they will give it to you in parentheses. So the only thing you need to remember is the metric system. Okay, I know this is getting a little long-winded, but when they give you questions and problems in math and conversions and units, just note these different things so it will help you solve. So, okay. I know some of it may be known to you already. Let's see. So, for example, if you have a measurement unit A, you would multiply that by the conversion ratio of units A and B, so the numerator and denominator, and this would equal the answer measurement in unit B. So I don't know why they did it this way. It's actually supposed to be A times B over A, and the A's would cancel out and you would get measurement in B. So you have to make sure you have it in the right, the numerator and the denominator correctly. Okay, let's see. An example of this problem would be if they ask you how many kilometers is 25.5 miles. So 25.5 miles times you have 1.609 kilometers over 1 mile is going to give you 41.0295 kilometers, are the same as 25.5 miles. Okay, okay, what else? For conversion of centimeters to inches, so 2.54 centimeters is an inch. So if you're asked how many centimeters is in 3 inches, so 3 times 2.54 is 7.62 centimeters. Right, okay, we're on the next section. So averages tell us or give us estimates of about a group of numbers. So you add all the numbers from all the items you want to average, dividing by the number of items. If you have 30, if you have numbers adding up to 30, like 7, 3, 2, 6, 8, and 4, you divide by the number of numbers, so 6, and the average is going to be 5 of that set of numbers. And then finally, we have graphs. So pie graphs give you parts to whole. Bar graphs gives you percentage. And the vertical scale and types of things in the horizontal scale, or even levels in the vertical. Line graphs just gives you different changes over time. Pictographs give you numbers of things. So like in increments.